It's December 17th, 2025, about 8 days away from Christmas. It's always Christmas to me when Richard Rellford, the smiling one, is on All Rell Good with me here on the Crawford Podcasting Network. Mr. Positive, that smile being ear to ear all the time, even during tough
Yes,
times. And
yes,
you and I have been suffering as Michigan alums,
yes.
whatever, and you as a former student athlete, obviously even more so, of what's transpired with his
Mhm.
football team and Sharon Moore. But hey, I always say the block M will live on. This
And
is
I,
all. You know what? All the stuff. I always wear like the crest,
yes,
University of
I like the
Michigan, and
crest.
the block. That is about where my swag begins and ends because it's all about the block M.
It's all about the Block M, Tom, and
Yep.
it's good to be back with you. And yeah, we talked a little bit about what's going on in Michigan, but I tell all my friends, the one thing's gonna stay, no matter what happened with these coaches, the Block M gonna stay there. It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be there when nobody else is there. It
stay.
doesn't really matter. We're gonna
Yes.
be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And the news for the wrong reasons. I mean, Michigan is a in football, and we're going to talk about this glorious basketball season in a second
Yes,
here. But Michigan is the bluest of blue bloods. Let's be
yes,
real. It's a top five program. People, the haters will deny it, but it's the truth.
it's the
Especially when it
truth.
comes to brand awareness, when it comes to revenue generation, success on the field. Some unfortunately some controversy off the field, but it will live on. They'll get a great coach. And
Yep.
how did you get through these past several days? I mean, I've just kind of absorb it, block it out, and process it. Right?
Well, you try. I remember when it first happened. My brother called me from Florida at like 7 in the morning, and even though all this is going on, like I told him, that wasn't the university's fault. It was Sharon's fault.
Yeah.
He decided to do all of this. Our school is a school of dignity, a school of great history. And, I hear a lot of people say about race. Well, I quickly tell everyone, please don't say race. This had nothing to do with his color.
Hmm.
I said he should have learned from Mel Tucker
Yeah.
because Michigan doesn't care what your color is. As
Yeah.
long as you win, you can be green. We don't care. We just want to win games. And this is his mistake. And you pray for this guy and you hope that he survives and someday realize what he's done to and use it to help people.
I mean, I think it's well stated. I think though there was some lack of institutional control at the University of Michigan and their athletic department and overseeing Jim Harbaugh's football program. I made a strong statement that the Jim Harbaugh era, when you really think about it, well, to me, it wasn't worth it. Now, people are fight back on me on those words, and I understand, respect that, but just the negativity when I'm watching the NBC Nightly News actually, it was the day after that, so last Thursday, it's the lead
Hmm.
story, and they have the block M over there. This block M is like a quarter screen on the cold open,
Hmm.
and it's like, good lord. And then you got Sharon Moore in the other corner, in the jumpsuit. I mean, that's when it really hit me that this shit's got to stop and get more control of the situation. And I think they will. And that's why I think when you go out and hire a new football coach, I recommend we don't have any type of linkage to the Jim Harbaugh era, if
Okay.
possible, hopefully, and get a good football mind and get back to doing things the right way and making sure you know what's going on in your house. And if there's any potential cover up, which is an investigative firm, we'll see if it's true or not. At least we'll get past that. Is it true or not? If there is cover up, then those people need to be removed from those jobs, obviously. But as we always end or always start our conversations when people bring up, like fellow Michigan people, will bring up, oh my God, what do you think? And it's funny. You and I have the same response to the people talking to us. It's like, thank God for Michigan basketball.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because
We got a basketball school now.
oh my God, it is, and the way they're playing, wow. I mean, and even in that Saturday night tilt with Maryland, when they were down by 9, I didn't have a lick of anxiety. I mean, you
No.
just know that defense is going to reign. You know that they're going to come back. And so get this, Rich. Maryland shoots 14 threes and Michigan wins by 18. Like, how the hell does that?
Listen, and that's big time, Tom. That's big because, I say to everyone, we're shooting very well. And with us shooting well, see, we're out rebounding teams
Yeah.
on both ends, offensively and defensively. And as much as I tell you I love Axel, but I think a big difference is I got that big boy in the middle, and you ain't shooting a regular floater.
Yeah.
I got Mar. Demar is doing he's amazing to me. What nobody understands is he runs like a gazelle for a
Yeah.
big guy. He's not, rumbling, tumbling down the floor,
Right.
like a Sean Bradley type.
Yeah.
This kid is amazing to me. Now, Axel, he's a different beast. You
Yeah.
know,
Yaxel was 29. He almost had a triple double.
yes.
Uh, he had 8 assists and 29 points. I mean, and he almost double digit rebounds. He's got major handles. He's an amazing player. But it's like when we had Tim McCormick on, the first guy he wanted to talk about was Morez Johnson, who
Yes.
missed in this game his first few shots, but he's so resilient. He still bounced back, had a good game. And Elliot Cadeau, Rich,
Oh, I love
Elliot
him.
Cadeau is becoming one of the best distributors that we've had from the point guard position
Yes.
in a
Yes.
long, long time. Even better than Xavier Simpson and
I
Derek
agree.
Walton. Yeah.
I
And these
agree.
stories, like those are all good guards, but
Yes. But you know what? Godot, I just loves the way he controls the game. He makes sure everyone touches it. So people
yeah, he
don't
does.
realize and understand. See, when you're not touching it and you're on the floor, then you start not to feel a part of. Well,
Yeah,
Godot makes sure you feel a part of
yeah.
because I love his shooting too. Because we
Getting
we
way better than it was.
way better than it was, and those threes help. My McDonald's All American buddy. I love Trey. I think Trey is going to be the future of Michigan basketball at that guard position. But listen, we go 8, 9 deep. When
Yeah,
you start going 8, 9 deep, it's going to be tough to beat you
yeah,
because I'm with Tim like last week with Johnson Jr.
yeah,
He's a beast. He's an upgrade of Butch Wade.
yeah,
That's what he is.
yeah.
And
He
and
is,
so
and people don't realize it's finally getting to some attention, seeing it in the media. And I noticed this at our Michigan basketball media days.
mhm.
We get to meet with, you get to interview all the players individually. You get one-on-ones, and with the coaching staff as well as Dusty, obviously. But this Mike Boynton Jr. is Dusty May's by far most experienced assistant. He coached for several years Oklahoma State.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mike Boynton Jr. did, and he is the defensive coordinator. They're using that term in basketball, just like football.
Hmm.
That defense, I mean, he is the signature doer on that team. I mean,
Well,
that
I'm assuming
has
he's the
name
guy
written
that
all over it
Musty's talking to. He's the guy that Dusty talks to the most.
all the time. And it's defense that is going to separate this team
Yes.
from other. Well, I mean, I will say this: I've watched, I've watched a lot of college basketball,
Hmm.
way more than I want to admit, but um, Arizona is really, really good, and it's a
Okay.
team. I mean, more so than Duke, it's a team that would down the line, and we got so far to go. That would, I mean, they would threaten Michigan. There's no doubt about it. The way
See,
they're very similar to Michigan. They destroy people like Michigan does.
I haven't seen them really play this year. I've seen Duke. I'm not really worried about them, even though I think they got a pretty good team. Uh, Arizona, I want to see because my son says the same thing. He's
Yeah,
like, Dad, they're tough, and
they are.
so
They're long.
I look forward to watching them. Listen, all these college teams now with this infusion of NIL things,
Hmm.
the top 10 to 15 schools will always be really good because
They
they're gonna
will.
have the
Yeah,
money. They
yeah,
got the money.
yeah. Got the money, but and you have to have good coaching along with that. And then you have to have, as a good coach in Dusty May, you have to figure out how these moving parts, all this
Yes.
talent, and Yaxel Lindenborg, how is Yaxel going to fit in with Morez Johnson and Elliot Cadeau and the freshman McKinney and all this. I mean, you have to envision how is all this going to work out, and that's where I'm thinking Dusty May could be the mad scientist when it comes to that. you know.
Well, I told you, my guys in Florida, they love what he did down there at FAU, and what you see now is how great a coach he is. To
Mm-hmm.
take all these moving parts from different places, from different schools, because he hasn't really recruited anybody but Trey for the University of Michigan, because Trey is from Michigan. And so I watch how he gets all these guys together because nobody understands. When you bring these guys from different states who've never really seen each other play, to get them to mesh, that's what you call coaching.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't do it. When you have a lot of great players, it's hard to get them to mesh because you know why? You have to make somebody buy in to what you're selling. And what I mean by that is I see Axel's averaging 16. Well, if he averaged 25, you wouldn't have the same team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he averaged 30, you wouldn't have the same team. A team is more than, same with Roy, with Tarpley, who ended up averaging 14, 15 points when we had five guys in double figures. And that's how
Mm-hmm.
you win. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to be on a team where I got one guy averaging 30 and everybody else averaging 9, 8, 7. That's not going to help us win. And so
Mm-hmm.
this is what I love about Dusty, is how he's gotten these guys to bite into what he's selling.
Yeah.
And they don't realize Michigan's going to be here forever, man.
And they got 9 guys that they look at as starters. Now, that was a big win over Maryland because
Yes.
Maryland College Park is a really tough. They got that one end zone there with those students, and they're up there.
Yes.
I had friends that were there at the game, and that's a hostile place for a program. I mean, Maryland's not a juggernaut this year by any stretch, but they're always tough to beat. And we're early in the season, and who knows how good they will be. But that was a quality win. Big Ten now. Michigan is 2-0, 10-0 overall, and they don't play a ranked team. I don't think until late January. Well, they got Nebraska coming to Ann Arbor in late January.
Right. Right.
And Nebraska's really good. They got the transfer from Iowa.
I saw.
They beat Illinois on the road. If that doesn't get your attention, nothing will. So Nebraska all of a sudden is a basketball school.
Listen, when I saw Nebraska beat Illinois on the road, I knew they was something.
Yeah,
it's hard to win on the road in the Big Ten.
No,
you win on the road, that's a statement.
It truly, especially that place, is such a talented team with high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question for you, Rich. I mean, like Sunday, they got LaSalle, and LaSalle's had good teams in the past, not this year. And then you have that. Then you have 8 days off until you play McNeese State, who is a top 70 in the KenPom range. So a decent team.
Yes.
But and then the game that I'm gonna see you at, the USC game on January the 2nd, that will be a challenging game because USC got athletes and that's at home. But in reality, though, I mean, they'll be favored in all these games.
Yes. Yes, they
even
will be.
when they go to Michigan State, most likely, if things stand. I mean, they might be a few point favorite or a push or whatever. But my question to you, back to my question I'm trying to get at, is how do you stay focused? And Dusty said these practices this week are vitally important in determining what happens in March.
Yes.
So what do you mean by that? We're talking, maybe they can be hard practices, they can be attention to detail, or what is it?
What he means is, see, once you take a break and then you come back for your practices, that's going to dictate what you do for the rest of your Big Ten season. Because now they start the Big Ten stuff, after a couple of these non-conference games. And what he wants from them is to be focused. If you're not focused and you're living on what you've done to be 9-0, 10-0, well, that's not going to make it in the Big Ten all the way. And I think he got these mature guys on our team now who will understand that the most important part of the season is the first 3 games of coming up right now. That's the most important.
After the break, you're saying.
Yes, after the break.
Well,
After the
yeah, well,
break, those games.
they got this. I mean, they got to play well against LaSalle. I mean, you still gain something from beating up on a bad team, for lack of a better term. I mean, you get your bench to play, you get the rest, and you get different combinations. There's some pluses, right? I mean, you had some cream puffs back in those 4 years. Tell me you did not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you have some of those easy games that you know you're gonna win. But the one thing about these games, Tom, and I always say this to my friends, don't underestimate them because there's a lot of Fairleigh Dickersons out there, these schools that their championship is to play you.
Yeah.
McNeese State is to play you. My friend's daughter plays for Oakland. They're gonna play the girls team in a couple of weeks.
That's on Sunday. Yes.
I'll be at that game. I'll be at the game. Yeah, I'm going to the girls' game. The boys' game is after that, but I don't know if I'm gonna be there to stay because that'd be a long time for me.
Yeah.
Even though I love my boys, so we might hang around for a little bit. But I tell you, it's gonna be amazing. These guys. I tell people, our girls' team is just as good as our boys' team. You know, our girls' team is ranked like number 6 in the country.
Yeah.
And so, as much as I love watching the boys play, I've always wanted to be a big supporter of the WNBA and women's basketball because I've seen some amazing women basketball players. And so you want them to have the same opportunity. I understand they don't get paid the same. I always tease the girls that I know that play. But when you start dunking, then you'll start getting a whole lot more people.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's like when you watch women's basketball, and I flip to, when UConn's on, I mean, some really good teams in the Big Ten, as we well know. And when Michigan's good, I mean, I'm going to watch them. That's just human nature. It's women have better fundamentals. It's like if you ever watch women's golf versus men's golf, I mean, women are more, they're just robotic, fundamentally strong.
They really are.
And men, they use their strength and everything and do other things
to
accomplish what they want to accomplish. And I think women basketball is the same way as far as dribbling and passing and, sinking their hip defensively, everything. It's pretty impressive.
Well, the girls are definitely has a lot more fundamentals because they pay attention to that. Because with us, with men, our abilities is what kind of we override the fundamentals sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
When I talk to kids who you say you cross over this way, you dribble this way. Well, a lot of times my friends will be like, when you get to the basket, I'm just gonna jump over you. And so the girls can't really jump over anybody. But I've seen some guys, Tom, that can really jump and really get up in the air. And so that makes up for a lot of things that they can't do. And so with the women, that's why I feel like their fundamentals are so much better.
Yeah.
Because
so
of that.
How strong were your fundamentals?
Well, my fundamentals I started working on ball handling and things like that when I was 11 years old. So you start to realize my advantage. It's funny you said this because I just talked to a kid last night about this who's in middle school who's a really good player. And I said to him, and his dad said to me, Coach, he can barely touch the rim right now. Now he's in 8th grade. And he said, Coach, what were you doing in 8th grade? I said, well, I don't count because I was dunking in the 8th grade. So, but it was because I preached to kids, jump rope. I jump rope every day because my brother was getting ready to go to the Phoenix Suns, and all summer in New York, I'm running through Central Park and we're jumping rope at the park. We're doing all of these things. And I think that helped me to have a 40-inch vertical leap because of those things. And I tell kids, jump rope. And one of the little kids said to me yesterday, Coach, all my dad does is tell me to jump rope. Does it work? And I said, yeah, it does. Because Coach was dunking in the 8th grade. So if you pay attention to detail, I think fundamentally, a lot of things that you'll be able to do a lot of things.
Well, it's interesting you brought up ball handling, which was a weakness of mine as a player, high school player. But shooting, that's the easy part, man.
Really, you're right. You're right.
But ball handling, you can't go anywhere if you can't handle the rock. And I'm telling you what, it's like Dick Vitale. Triple threat position. You got the ball, you're going to threaten to obviously shoot is one option, drive or pass, right? But driving, you have to be a good ball handler for one of those three options, and you can't go anywhere if you can't handle. And you notice the best players in the NBA. The NBA, what struck me about the NBA in the past 10 years are players 6'9" and above, 7. They can handle the rock like a point guard. And Yaxel Lindenborg, as a 6'9", I mean, watching Yaxel, wow, he can handle the rock, and that's what separates great players from average or good players, whatever.
Axel brings the ball up sometime.
Yeah.
And I told my son, because he can do that, Michigan keep playing well, I promise you, he'll be a lottery. Yeah. Because he's 6'9" and he can shoot and dribble that ball. And my brother always taught me that if you're a scorer, you have to be able to score one-on-one. And I think being in New York City for me, just imagine me, Walter Berry, Chris Mullins, we're all on the same team working on the same skills. And so every one of us learned how to handle that ball.
You're on the same team.
AAU? Oh, AAU team. Me, Walter Berry, Chris Mullins, yeah. John Sally.
Are you kidding me?
And John Sally. John Sally was on that team.
Silly Sally from Georgia Tech.
Yeah, from Georgia Tech, yeah. Now, on my other team in New York, I played with Pearl Washington. On my Gauchos team. Pearl played with me, the Gauchos. And so I was lucky.
Where'd you play your games?
Well, in New York, we traveled. It was a traveling team. We played in Florida. We played in Utah. We played in Mexico.
Who subsidized all that stuff?
On my Gauchos team, Ernie Leutch. Ernie had all the guys. Everybody knew Ernie from New York. Now my Gauchos team, that was my Riverside team. My Gauchos team was ran by he was the owner of Secret 7, the alcohol, Lou D'Almeida.
Yeah.
And so they found me. They asked my brother. Listen, I was a Floridian playing on New York teams. And the next thing I know, we're going to Utah. We're going all over the country playing basketball. I went to Las Vegas, played in Vegas. That's where I met Butch at on one of those AAU teams.
Yeah.
And listen, I loved it, man. Because of that, I think it helped me become a McDonald's All-American because they saw me everywhere.
You think? I think so.
Yeah.
Duh. But hey, you know what? You bring up an interesting parallel that I was thinking right now. The landscape of college basketball and college football too, but especially college basketball. It's like, and Michigan is a perfect example of this with Dusty May. It's like, in AAU, you play on a different team every year. It's a different team. It's a different group of guys. College basketball is now like AAU summer league. You just get all bunch of new guys. You have a different backdrop and go at it. Don't you think that's
that's a perfect analogy because that's what it is. You get all these guys from all these different places. Look at our team now at Michigan. Look at all these kids we got that play for us from all these different places in the world.
Yeah.
And you sit back and you say, wow, well, that's AAU.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And I'm happy, man, that our basketball team is doing so well. I'm proud to walk around and people talk about, hey, man, your basketball team look pretty good. I say, nah, we're pretty darn good. And they'll say, Rich, you guys number 2. And I'll say, yeah, but we should be number 1. so, I look forward, man. Listen, I look forward to coming to the games, Tom. I tell you, it's happiness. When I know Lisa sent us out, which is Dusty May's personal assistant. She's already sent out. There's no tickets.
When's that big reunion from your group?
February the 12th, I think it is. The 14th, I think February the 14th, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And my birthday is the 16th, so that's one of the reasons I can remember.
Oh my God, man! So you got to get all your boys. We all
come on, we are. We're gonna. I swear, that's one of my plans. When I talked to Butch and told him that me and Tim we want to have us all on at the same time. He said, just give me the time, Rich, and let's work it out. Because that's what I say about my old guys. We all love talking to each other, because we miss each other, man. We've done a lot together.
Yeah, you've all done very well, by the way.
Thank you.
Part of that. So, all right, Rich, great job. So we're sitting here. We're probably trying to think of our next podcast it will probably be. Let's do it after Christmas. We could. I mean, we'll do it after Christmas, preceding the UFC game. But I'll let you know, and we'll let our
Okay.
listeners know. But great job as always, and hey, just keep hugging the Block M, man.
You know it, man. I appreciate you, Tom. It's good to see you.
Yep, and thank God for basketball.
Thank God for basketball.
All right. See you,
Later,
big
my
guy.
man.
Yep.